Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Smackdown and AEW Rampage Ring Report. What a show we have for you as we talk about a lot going on, WrestleMania implications. As Charlotte Flair defends her SmackDown Women's Championship against Naomi. Naomi and Charlotte go toe to toe. Charlotte knows that now she will go against Ronda Rousey. How did all this play out with Charlotte defending her SmackDown title against Naomi? We'll talk about that. And too with Naomi, with the ongoing problems with her and Sonya Deville. These two women can't stand each other. For the common of me, we want to see a WrestleMania match between these women because this has been long storytelling right here, if you know what I mean. Plus, too, Sami Zayn tries to host his challenger that he'll be challenging for the Intercontinental title, Shinsuke Nakamura, next week on SmackDown. Then we have a spoiler as well at what happened between Sami Zayn and Nakamura. And Roman Reigns and Goldberg have the one-on-one interview before their impending match for the Universal Championship at Elimination Chamber. All the stakes are high. WrestleMania implications are high in effect. And like I said, the Pro Wrestling Show will start right now. Hello, everyone. This is Kendra Dix here once again telling you welcome to the Pro Wrestling Show. Like I said, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing on the Pro Wrestling Show. Got a lot to get to. Let's get started with the SmackDown Ring Report. SmackDown kicked off with a bang, as you can see right here. Sonya Deville right here trying to emasculate her authority and stuff, saying what she's going to do, who she's going to put her stroke to. Sonya Deville tried to come out and try to instigate that what Rousey, the Royal Rumble wouldn't have done to her. Ronda Rousey, it's the shine of a lifetime. She goes to meet Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title. Really, on the odd note, it was Charlotte and Ronda. They was the last two women in the Royal Rumble match, as well as Naomi and Sonya Deville, who claimed to be an official, was in the match as well. Well, we know that Naomi and Sonya, it was just loud, crazy. Sonya Deville with her sling in. Naomi came out there beforehand. Sonya had got a reprieve from Miss McMahon from Adam Pearce to tell her that if she gets involved in that championship match and screw Naomi out of the title picture, then she will receive some severe consequences. Well, Naomi came out there smiling and cheering and decided to take Sonya on her offer about the jacket off, the jacket on, and decided to smack Sonya in her face, leaving the WWE official speechless. But that wouldn't be the last we see of Sonya Deville. We'll tell you what had happened later in the show, what had happened. We start with an interesting match where the New Day, which they don't like to be, Miss McMahon don't like to be calling New Day no more. That's some odd choosing and stuff sometimes. But they went against the new team of Los Lotharios. Los Lotharios trying to do this thing with a kiss cam. They find a pretty lady and kiss. They both kissing and stuff. Ain't they know that they both married? I know Angel's about to have a baby coming soon. Berto, don't be surprised he have a baby coming soon neither. Well, they trying to get them gimmicks like they're Eddie Guerrero's sons or something. In a way, Los Lotharios took on the New Day in a high X-Time match that a lot of people were buzzing about last week. That was a good match. I knew it was a rematch like any other match would and stuff. Los Lotharios giving New Day a run for their money. But at the end, Los Lotharios won over the New Day in that match. Plus, too, Natalia, she took on Aaliyah. These two women have been on each other's throats for months, for weeks, if you ask me. Well, Natalia got embarrassed by Aaliyah when Aaliyah pinned Natalia in a new WWE record in 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Natalia didn't want to be embarrassed and didn't want to feel ashamed. Natalia decided that she wanted to have her in a Dungeon Rules match with only be pinfall submission. Well, Aaliyah accepted, but it was a tough, hard-fought battle for Aaliyah. But at the end, Natalia won by putting a sharpshooter on Aaliyah and stuff. Aaliyah didn't know what the effects was. When Aaliyah tried to jump, Aaliyah tried to come back too with a comeback forward pin. But at the end, it was none other than Xia Li came out there to save Aaliyah from Natalia's attack. The only time we'll tell, we don't know how far this is going to go between Natalia and Xia Li and Aaliyah, this saga going forward in this matchup. Too. Also, too, Sami Zayn, who got problems with everybody, even got problems with Johnny Knoxville, the star of the Jackass movie. And Zayn did his podcast. He hosted Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. We know that next week that these two will meet for the Intercontinental Championship. But if you don't want to hear what the quick spoiler is, then you can turn away. We have breaking news right now on the Pro Wrestling Show. That breaking news, Sami Zayn has won the Intercontinental Championship over Nakamura. Yes, indeed. We said that right. Sami Zayn, you see on your screen, has defeated Shinsuke Nakamura for a prior SmackDown taping that will tape. That's taped last night. It will be shown next Friday on SmackDown. So we're giving you a little spoiler. But beforehand, Sami had hosted Nakamura, who was the then champion, to his podcast. And Sami Zayn tried to get inside the head of Nakamura. And he tricked Rick Bruce by electrocuting Bruce. I don't know how he did it. And left both men defenseless. We don't know how far this is going to tune out between the two men going forward, Boogs and Nakamura. We just hope that Nakamura probably get a champion another rematch. But like we said, Sami Zayn left both of them out, and we can quickly attest to that. Breaking news right now: Sami Zayn is your new Intercontinental Champion going forward, and you'll see that next Friday on SmackDown, on SmackDown edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. So, and then hopefully, I hope they don't do this. I hope they don't put Sami Zayn going against Johnny Knoxville for the Intercontinental title. Oh my God, that would be no. No, I couldn't see that, but it could be a possibility going forward. Also, too, Drew McIntyre sending warning to Madcap Moss that at their match at Elimination Chamber next Saturday. Don't forget, next week we won't have a SmackDown Ring Report. We'll just have the Elimination Chamber predict the outcome for the matches. So next week's match between Drew and Madcap Moss will be Falls Count Anywhere. I mean, they're gonna be Falls Count. I'm always trying to see why they don't never put Madcap Mouse. I don't have to get Drew and Happy Corbin. Just ain't got no point for Drew, so they're gonna save him for Happy Corbin at WrestleMania. Like Happy Corbin need enough. But speaking of Happy Corbin was in action. We took on Cesaro 1-on-1. Happy Corbin taking on Cesaro. Happy Corbin trying to get the finishing touches and stuff on Cesaro, trying to beat down Cesaro, and Happy Corbin won with quick ease. Need to be trying to focus on how him and Madcap Moss, who doesn't feel like he shouldn't be in this match. He got himself got caught in the picture. Madcap Moss and Drew are going to settle their differences next week for Elimination Chamber. Tune in for the Pro Wrestling Show for the predicted outcome for Elimination Chamber next week. You to that. Also, too, Universal Champion Roman Reigns had a one-on-one interview with Michael Cole. Cole talked to Roman Reigns about his incoming match against Goldberg. Cole related that that Reigns and Goldberg were supposed to meet at WrestleMania 2 years ago before the pandemic hit and there were no fans. Well, now Roman Reigns gets his opportunity against Goldberg. He said that he's going to Goldberg. And we just don't know what Roman Reigns' mindset is. He still got to be wondering how he feel that Michael also showed that you can't test Goldberg because Goldberg's the type of person that can do something instant. And Goldberg did the impossible when he made a return for his second run in WWE when he went against Brock Lesnar and defeated him. But we just have to wait and see on that. Cole sat down and interviewed Goldberg and got Goldberg's view on what he thinks about Roman Reigns. Goldberg said that Roman thinks he's an old guard and he's going to show Roman how the old guard is. Well, I see like this with Goldberg. Every time he comes back, he gets himself into a Bruno Sammartino championship match in a way. Goldberg lost his last 3 matches in a championship match. We lost to Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, and Bobby Lashley. All of them was for the WWE for the World Championships, and Goldberg couldn't get that done. Last time we saw Goldberg was at the Saudi show Crown Jewel, and it just didn't turn out best with Goldberg. When Goldberg won, he was trying to get revenge for his son after Bobby Lashley did what he did at SummerSlam, the championship match. But now Goldberg looking forward to taking the vengeance and taking forward to do what he has to do to defeat Roman Reigns and become the Universal Champion once again. This is the match we never thought we would see, but we're going to see it. Spear versus Spear. Roman Spear versus Goldberg. The man that used to have the streak against the man who calls himself the head of the table. It's going to be an impending matchup that we're going to see at Elimination Chamber. And I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on who's going to win, and I'll keep that as that for now. Speaking of that, a women's championship match was on the line. Charlotte Flair defended her SmackDown Women's title against Naomi. Naomi, the number one contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship, wanted a shot at Charlotte Flair. And Naomi now didn't have to worry about being in the clutches of Sonya Deville. And Sonya Deville was in the backside watching from a distance after Naomi did what she did earlier, slapping Sonya Deville and embarrassing her. Naomi tried to take it to Charlotte, take the limit. She had pinfall, pin attempts, but Naomi couldn't get the job done after Charlotte had utilized the figure 8 and made Naomi tap out. After that, Naomi got attacked by Sonya Deville, still her arm and her wrist and stuff. But Naomi tried to fight back to Charlotte until Rousey came out there and hit punches, and her and Naomi now, as you can see, at the WrestleMania side, we know Ronda will go one-on-one against Charlotte at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's Championship. That got to be the main event of night 1 on that Saturday. So we know Ronda Rousey coming for vengeance, and she's coming for vengeance, all right, as well as Naomi coming for vengeance for Sonya Deville, what she had endured with Sonya Deville stuff. So we'll see this unfold next week on SmackDown when they have their contract signing for a tag team match where Charlotte Flair team up with WWE official Sonya Deville to take on Royal Rumble winner Ronda Rousey and Naomi in a tag team matchup. So we should see that match at Elimination Chamber between these 4 women. You know they're not gonna show us no skin. They're gonna have to wear cat suits and stuff going forward in that match. Oh hey. It's just on. So hey, we tell you that. All right. So we want to move on to another story. We really didn't have that much on Rampage that much. We know that next week on Rampage is on Dynamite Stack. Daniel Bryanson take on Lee Moriarty. Daniel Bryan is trying to recruit his new team, and he wants Lee Moriarty to be a part of it. Daniel Bryan said he wants to see that violence in Lee Moriarty, and he gets it next week. Also, too, Sammy Guevara takes on Darby Allin for the TNT Championship. This match that I've been wanting to see, all of these matches I want to see. Mercedes Martinez taking on Thunder Rose. Mercedes Martinez being brought by AEW Women's Champion Britt Baker to get the job done and take out Thunder Rose. If she do it, we have to wait and see. Also, too, the Inner Circle has exploded as Santana and Ortiz have left the Inner Circle after they believe Jericho's all by himself. I mean, what they thought. You should see. I saw that coming in the beginning. Come on. All these matches I want to see, and I want to see it next week. Stack card on Dynamite for next week. Also, too, we tell you that we know Keith Lee and everybody else debuted. We know Dante Martin will take on Powerhouse Hobbs. We'll face off next week to see who qualified for the Face of the Revolution. And some people saying if Hobbs win, we could be seeing him and Keith Lee in the ring together. That could be a possibility, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Also, too, Austin and Colton Gunn lost their match for the World Tag Team titles against Lucha Boy and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. They couldn't get the job done, trying to dress like Shawn Michaels and trying to be like their dad. So, like, you want to be your dad, but you know, hey, you want to be Shawn Michaels too. Plus, too, we're talking about major news coming out from Saudi Arabia as WWE continues to influence the world. As Billboard was put out where you saw Becky Lynch and Lita wrestle at the Chamber next week. So it'll be nice to see that and see how far it goes. You see a lot of the prominent women in WWE. You see former Raw Women's Champion, former SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair, Zoe Starks, Alicia Taylor, Liv Morgan, all of them rooting for WWE for continued growing and developing. Plus, too, WWE has offered Rossi a contract. She hasn't determined. We don't know at the moment that if she's going to sign with WWE or not. You know, she got to diligently look at it real close and careful, see if she wants to get the job done. Look at it, want to sign with WWE. Plus, too, speaking of Sonya Deville, AEW star Anthony Bowens, who is openly gay, did a photo shoot with Sonya Deville, and he wrote, "Who knew the forbidden door led to the glad red carpet? We look fire." So I guess you got the Alphabet Community athletes, Bowens from AEW and Sonya Deville from WWE working together. I guess, but you know how that be. We told you earlier that Sami Zayn has won the Intercontinental Championship. This is pictures of Sami Zayn capturing the championship over Shinsuke Nakamura. I got an indication and the clue that Sam is going to probably defend that title against Johnny Knoxville because that rivalry they have is so strong and stuff. We'll see. A lot of people are still talking about Goldberg. Is this his last contract in WWE? We just don't know. We don't know. We know this is his last match, and he's been on a per pay appearance. But will Goldberg continue to dominate and influence the wrestling world after he's gone? Only time will tell on that. And too, WWE will have WrestleMania Backlash in Providence, Rhode Island. We see some of the prominent names. They might well move Sasha Banks to Raw. It's just my opinion, but hey, we have to wait and see on that. So I'm gonna end with WrestleMania Backlash logo poster. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick. Says so long. We'll see you next week for another edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.